Got some excitement going on today. The Land Before Time? What? What are we doing?
To explore the Land Before Time, move the cursor to a chapter you want to go to,
yes,
or click on the...
I've been through this many times, I assure you. So, some of you out there might be saying, Darkness, man, you gotta stop. It's okay. Are we really gonna poke holes scientifically in the Land Before Time? Is that really something you're going to do? And the answer is no. I wouldn't do that. For one thing, I love the original Land Before Time. It's a classic, one of my favorite films ever. And it's an animated kids movie. Yes, you could poke holes in it scientifically, but why? It's an animated movie. Like, it's meant to be fun and cartoony, and it's really deep and emotional, and it's really well written. It's great. It's a great film. Yeah, plenty of the dinosaur species wouldn't have existed at the same period of time, but also they probably wouldn't have spoken perfect English to each other. That is deemed relatively unlikely. I mean, poking holes in the Land Before Time, it's not like with Jurassic Park, which tries to base itself somewhat in a possible reality. Like, obviously, Land Before Time wasn't going for scientific accuracy, you know? So, that's not why we're doing this. Because obviously, this isn't quite the Land Before Time. This is Land Before Time animated movie book. Now, this is a game that I played when I was very, very little. And I really liked it. It's a simple, fun game. And at its core, it's exactly what the title is. It's a little, animated movie book that goes through the entire story of the Land Before Time. These load screens are actually quite fun. But within that medium, within being an animated movie book, it has...
Congratulations! You've unlocked the great fossil hunting ground.
Behold!
Click on the Trilobite Fossil button in the lower right-hand corner of the screen to play the game.
It has mini-games. And 2 of the mini-games are deeply relevant to our purposes. For you see, these fools, they decided that there was a good idea to put 2 mini games in here, namely the fossil hunting game and the dinosaur name game, utilizing real dinosaurs with real dinosaur facts. And that opens the door for me to come in nearly 3 decades after this game was made and poke holes in it and point out how unscientific it all is. That's right. I'm gonna do it. Which I think says a lot more about the way my life has been going. that I'm trying to find the scientific accuracy in a 1990s children's game about a late 80s, early 90s kids movie by Don Bluth. Anyway, the core game is... Oh, yeah.
3 horns never play with long necks.
Long necks.
Long neck?
Yeah. This is I will say the game really is genuinely fun for kids. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff to click on. I remember really liking this when I was very, very young. Obviously, for an adult, this is really nothing special. Maybe nice to come back to if you played it as a kid, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's something you
Congratulations!
Plus,
You've unlocked the Swamp Bubble Spelling Bee.
Not the easiest
Click on the
thing in the world.
Bumblebee button in the lower right-hand corner of the screen
this is
to
one of the
play
other
the
mini
game.
games, Swamp Bubble Spelling Bee. It's one we're not going to cover because it really is just a spelling bee. It's actually one of the slowest and dullest mini games, to be brutally honest with you. Fine for an educational game, but not something that we need to go over. The only reason I'm doing this, by the way, is I need to get to the point where we get the fossil hunting minigame, so I can just do both, but you have to collect them as you play. And there's also footage from the movie in here, which I will not play, purely on the basis of copyright issues. Fortunately, the way the game works is that all the footage is tied to, oh, it's Ducky. It's tied to these crystals. These crystals all have the footage. So just don't click on the crystals and you won't get any footage from the movie. But it's cool they put that in there. I have no idea why Petrie's blue in this game. I've never worked that out. It's always been that way. I don't know if it was some kind of limitation or what, but they made him blue. There's the other minigame that we're not going to mess with.
Congratulations! You've unlocked Littlefoot's Pathfinder puzzles.
Also something that's not really scientifically based, just a fun thing for kids. So, not something we have to worry about. Oh, it's Spike! Oh, hold on. Hold on. There he goes. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but Spike made that bush in the movie look absolutely delicious. It looked like the tastiest thing. Spike is a good boy. Anyway. Thanks, it's horrifying. No, actually, can we talk about that for a second? The sharp tooth from the original Land Before Time was a friggin' monster. That thing was horrifying. Like, that Rex was out of control. Leaping through the air, surviving a fall off a cliff. I have no idea what that thing was eating, but, yo! Absolute boss battle right there. Goodness, there it is.
Congratulations.
Dinosaur
You've
name
unlocked
game.
the
Okay, now we can finally do what I wanted to do with this video in the first place. The rest of the game, there's a couple more scenes. One where they defeat the Rex, and then the last one in the Great Valley, which is very sweet and wholesome and everything. I broke the sun. I broke the sun. This game was fun. I like it. I do. I remember loving it as a kid, and I still love it now, just as a curiosity. Like I said, if you have a kid, if you can get this working, and they love Land Before Time, actually kind of worth it, you know? Anyway, so there's two here that involve actual dinosaur, I should say prehistoric animal, not all dinosaurs, facts. And we're gonna poke holes in them. We're gonna do it. We're gonna find things that are wrong. Because that's what we do around here. Again, in this children's game from the 1990s, because I need to go outside.
Welcome to the Great Fossil Hunting Grounds.
So,
click on
Great
an
Fossil
area
Hunting
you
Grounds
want
actually
to
has
explore.
4 areas, and
the Great Fossil Hunting Grounds are full of fascinating fossils for you to find.
All these
Can you locate these
species
ancient creatures in the picture above?
Ancient creatures within this not colored background. So it's a bit of an eye challenge for kids.
The land snake was a prehistoric ancestor to today's snakes. It fed on small animals and insects.
So, a regular snake. Got it. No, it wasn't. Exactly. No.
The giant salamander is the largest salamander ever known to have roamed the
You
earth.
did call it giant.
It grew to nearly 6 feet in length.
That sounds right.
The flying lizard lived in wooded areas where it hunted for insects to eat.
That is actually pretty right. It is believed that it is just the Caeneosuchus may have been able to glide. So there's nothing wrong with that. Let's see, here we go.
The stonefly lived and hunted for food among the plants and rocks near rivers and lakes.
See, a lot of these entries are so, basic, that it's hard to
The worm lizard
with them.
lived on worms and insects that it found while burrowing in the ground.
It ate bugs and it burrowed. Thank you for that. There's nothing too specific about
The
these.
giant goanna lizard was a ferocious meat-eater that grew to nearly 20 feet in length.
Giant goanna lizard. It's Megalania. I never heard of giant goanna. That might be a dated terminology. Actually, hold that thought. Well, giant goanna lizard does redirect to Megalania, so I'm assuming the giant goanna is the actual, common name for this thing. Megalania is supposed to be a scientific name, but it's an older scientific name. It's been rendered a junior synonym, but everyone still just calls it Megalania. It sounds cooler. It's fine. It's okay.
Fantastic! Your finds are of great archaeological significance.
I bet they are,
To
since they're
explore
all
another
living
area,
creatures.
click
They're not
the
even
return
fossils.
button.
They're just hanging out.
This prehistoric frog was very similar to modern frogs. It had long, powerful legs and large feet that it used to jump.
This is my favorite one, because it's like, you found a prehistoric frog. It's just a frog. Good, thank you. Thank you. It's just a frog.
The march fly was much bigger than the modern housefly, but had only one pair of wings to support its long body.
I'm pretty sure that's correct. That sounds right.
The pterosaur had small teeth it used to eat insects. It is the only prehistoric flying reptile ever known to have existed.
Okay, so that's, I think, an outdated phrasing. Also, it's a risky way to put it because it implies that there's only one kind of pterosaur when there were many. Pterosaur is a very vague term. Also, had small teeth that used to eat insects. A lot of pterosaurs, like Pteranodon, most famous one, didn't have any teeth. So, yeah, not really. No.
This large prehistoric beetle grew to a typical length of 1 1/4 inches.
It's just a big beetle. That's fine. Nothing harmful there.
Similar to today's dragonfly, this species had 4 large wings and grew.
Nothing major to report
The
there.
prehistoric crocodile ate both fish and plants, and had
Both fish
patterned
and
body
plants.
armor similar to the modern crocodile.
It's a crocodile.
Fantastic! Your
Hooray.
finds are.
Now I know I'm skipping over some of these, but to be honest, most of this part is harmless and very simple because again, this is for kids. I don't want to get into very detailed stuff. But here's where we get the actual dinosaurs.
Diplodocus was a large 4-legged
Diplodocus.
dinosaur with comb-like teeth it used to graze in freshwater wetlands.
Freshwater wetlands. I think that's a very dated way of looking at them.
Parasaurolophus was a large dinosaur made unusual
Okay.
by a long nasal bone that extended over its head.
Alright, that's all true. But I want you to listen very carefully for me. You know how I always mispronounce Parasaurolophus?
Parasaurolophus was a large dinosaur made unusual by a long nasal bone that extended over its head.
Because I always say Parasaurolophus, even though it's Parasaurolophus. It's this game's fault.
Parasaurolophus was a large dinosaur made unusual.
See, he says it like me. It's not my fault. It's the game ingrained it when I was a child, and I keep going back to it like some kind of twisted mind control. Parasaurolophus.
Parasaurolophus was a large dinosaur made
Yeah, see,
unusual
he
by
said
a
it- he
long
says it
nasal
just
bone
like
that
I
extended
did.
over.
Anyway.
Heterodontosaurad had 2 large fangs, an unusual characteristic for a plant-eater.
True.
Compsognathus was a small
Compsognathus.
chicken-sized dinosaur that had jagged teeth it used to eat meat.
Yeah, that's fine. I think most of the others are harmless.
Triceratops had 3 bony horns on its face and a large bony fan on the back of its head.
A fan. I never called that the crest of fan. I guess it's not an inaccurate way to put it, but it's kind of weird.
A relative of the Tyrannosaurus, Desplatosaurus had a large head and powerful jaws, which it used to feed on plant-eating dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Well
most
done.
of the entries
You're a bona
outside
fide
of
fossil
mispronouncing
aficionado. To explore another area,
Parasaurolophus,
click the return
which
button.
I always have to say very slowly to not get it wrong, are fine. Although, man, I feel like a lot of the fossils will be destroyed in this particular area. Also, are we fossil hunting in a horrific hellscape? I feel like that's pretty dangerous. We probably shouldn't be here. I'm just saying. Anyway, dig site 4. This is, we got some undersea creatures. Actually, from what I remember, everything here's
This
basically fine.
boomerang-headed amphibian used its head like a rudder, allowing it to move easily.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all
The
fine.
ratfish had pointy teeth that scientists believe it used to crush small insects and shellfish. The freshwater stingray, with its round body and pointed tail, closely resembles its modern sea-dwelling cousin.
Well, there are modern freshwater stingrays, too.
The saw shark had small teeth in its mouth, but the larger teeth mounted on its snout gave it the name saw shark. Unlike modern turtles, this primitive turtle had small teeth in its mouth that it used to eat plants and insects.
There's the other one. Oh, there it is.
This unusual-looking shellfish, with its tiny 3/4-inch body, is known today as a cystoid. Fantastic!
There we
You're
go. Now we finished that. Alright. Return to story. Now, this is where things get good. We're going to talk about actual dinosaurs. Because this was actually my favorite minigame as a kid, because we got to put the skeletons together and that was fun. And you might be saying,
Welcome to the Dinosaur Name Game,
announcers,
where we
very
ask the question,
extra.
can you name that dinosaur?
Yeah, I can.
See how much you really know about dinosaurs
Yes,
by
thank you.
clicking on one of our mystery guess outlines.
You're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. Now, you may be saying, Darkness, there's something wrong with the screen. You know, part of your screen's blanked out. No, you fool. That's on purpose. I'm saving the best for last, but I don't want you to know what it is, because most of you will probably be able to guess most of these just by looking at them. The last one, definitely, but I don't want you to see it yet. It's very important to me that you not know what that is to the last possible moment. But we'll start at the beginning.
Do you know
This one might
this
throw you off.
dinosaur's name? Drag the bones into place
'Cause-
and learn more.
This dinosaur is best known for its clubbed tail and armored plates that protected it from harm.
Armored plates, huh? Interesting way of saying osteoderms.
This dinosaur most likely lived alone in wooded areas and fed on small plants. Despite this dinosaur's armor plating, some scientists believe that it was able to run quickly when in danger.
Yeah, well, some scientists are wrong. Maybe.
This
isn't the species
dinosaur's
you
most
think it is.
vulnerable spot was its soft underbelly that had little protective armor.
Congratulations!
Yeah, see,
you did it!
This one threw you.
This
this one
dinosaur's
does
name
throw you
is
for a loop,
Euoplocephalus.
because I'm
To
sure
print
most
out
of you
this
said,
dinosaur's
oh,
fun
Ankylosaurus.
fact sheet
No.
and an outline for you to
I
cover
mean, it is an
click the
ankylosaur.
print button now.
I
To try
think
to
the problem
identify
is
another
that
one
he
of
said
our
plates.
mystery dinosaurs,
They're
click the
osteoderms,
Choose
they're not
Puzzle button.
plates. In the Stegosaurus sense. Yeah. Anyway, one down. 1, 2, 3, 6 to go. Yes, I can count. Counting with
Do you know
darkness.
this dinosaur's name?
Yes.
Drag
This dinosaur is best known for the helmet-shaped crest.
It's Pikachu! No, it's Corthosaurus.
This dinosaur ate plants as its main source of food.
Thank you.
Some scientists believe that the unusually shaped crest was used as a way to identify members of a herd.
Well, now we know it's used for vocalizations, though I don't think they would have known
This
that back then.
dinosaur's name means helmet lizard.
That's fair. Gorythosaurus.
Congratulations!
Not a bad rendering,
You
and on
did
all
it.
fours!
This dinosaur's name is Corythosaurus. To print out this dinosaur's fun fact sheet and an outline for you to color in.
Ooh. Anyway.
Do you know this dinosaur's name?
Oh, Lord,
Drag the
become-
bones and
This dinosaur stood on two powerful legs. This dinosaur was a ferocious hunter and meat-eater that ate mostly large, plant-eating dinosaurs. This dinosaur had a relatively large brain that gave it strong senses of sight, smell, and hearing.
But I thought you couldn't see it. It can't see you if you don't move.
Some scientists believe that this dinosaur could have run at speeds up to 20 miles per hour.
Pushing it, but maybe. Alright, so I have some complaints about the Rex. I do like how it's not
This
the tripod
dinosaur's
stance,
name is
even though
Tyrannosaurus.
the Land Before Time, they
To
did
print
render
out
it
this
that way,
dinosaur's
because,
fun fact sheet and an outline for you to color in.
My only
click
issue
the
is I feel like the head
print
is rather tiny.
To try to identify
Rex.
another one of our mystery
Rex has
dinosaurs,
really big head.
click the
Actually, the whole
choose
body
puzzle
should be a
button.
lot bulkier than it is. But outside of that, not bad. Not bad. Also, the feet are, I feel like, are really small, too. Anywho.
Do you know this dinosaur's name? Drag the bones into place and learn.
The large spiky plates and spiked tail. This dinosaur most likely lived in woodland area. This dinosaur weighed 2 tons and grew to a length of nearly 30 feet.
That depends on the species, but whatever.
This dinosaur's name means roof lizard.
Correct.
Congratulations!
This isn't
You
a
did
bad
it!
rendering
This
of
dinosaur's
Stegosaurus. I
name
feel like
is
these are a bit too
Stegosaurus.
elephant-y.
To print out this
And
dinosaur's
the
fun fact
the
sheet
back
and an
plates
outline
are
for you to
not
color
large
in,
enough for
click
my
the print button now.
taste.
To try to identify
other
another
than
one of
that,
our
it's
mystery
whatever.
dinosaurs,
Whatever.
Do you know this dinosaur's name? Drag the bones into... This dinosaur is best known for its long neck, long tail, and tiny head.
Tiny head. Itty bitty head. So stupid.
This dinosaur fed primarily on low-lying plants and shrubs, and occasionally treetops.
Those are two polar opposites.
For years, this dinosaur was known as Brontosaurus.
I like how it mentions that. It mentions the naming issue with this one. And that should give away which one this is supposed to be.
Some scientists believe that this dinosaur used its long tail like a whip to defend itself against predators.
A patasaurus. Yes, you just said it used to be.
Congratulations!
Some people call it
You
brontosaurus.
did it. This
Probably knew
dinosaur's
what it was.
name
It's a
is a
patasaurus.
Patasaurus. To print
Which
out this
is cool
dinosaur's
they didn't
fun
just call it
fact sheet
Bronto,
and an
because they
outline
could
for
have
you to
easily
color
done
in,
that and no one
click
would have
the
said
print
anything
button now.
because of how prevalent the name
To
was
try to
back
identify
then.
another one of our mystery dinosaurs, click the choose puzzle
yeah,
button.
not a bad rendering of a patasaurus. Maybe a little rough in some areas, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. We're good. We're good. That was a good one. That was a good one. Oh, I think we know what this
Do
one
you know
is.
this dinosaur's name? Drag the bones into place and learn. This dinosaur had 4 feet and a huge 3-horned head.
Oh, I know. It's Taurosaurus. No, it's the more obvious choice.
This dinosaur lived in open woodland areas, feeding on early discoveries of this dinosaur's horns. This dinosaur's name means 3-horned face.
Congratulations!
Looking all right.
You did
Looking
it!
all right. No
This
issues with the
dinosaur's
trike.
name is
I
Triceratops.
feel like there's a lot.
To
There's too
print
much
out this
back here.
dinosaur's
I wanna
fun fact sheet
leave him
and an
a bit
outline for you
forward
to
in
color in,
general.
click the print
Hips are
button
a bit
now.
too rotund,
To
but,
try
you know.
to
I'll
identify
take that,
another
though.
one of our
It's
mystery
okay.
dinosaurs,
It's a good size.
click the choose puzzle
It's,
button.
it's all right. It's all right. I think we're okay. No elephant feet. We like that. All right. This is the one you've all been waiting for. Why have I been hiding him? You got.
Do you know this dinosaur's name?
Oh, I bet you all
Drag the
do.
bones into place and
As soon
learn
as you
more
saw
about
this part of him.
This dinosaur is best known for the large sail on its back
Uh-huh.
and its powerful crocodile-like jaws.
Remember that. They even say crocodile-like jaws. It's very important that you keep that bit in mind.
Some scientists believe that this dinosaur lived near lakes and rivers, eating the fish that lived in them.
Yeah, that's
Some
probably right.
scientists think that the large sail collected the sun's warmth to heat the dinosaur's cold blood.
Well, cold blood is... thermoregulation is definitely one of the theories. Cold blood, that part. But it does say some scientists. I like the portrayal, implying that we aren't sure, even to kids, and that's good. That's a good way to do it. Because we still have no idea what the heck that sail was for.
This dinosaur's name means thorn lizard.
Itchy.
Congratulations!
Look how they massacred my boy.
You did it! This dinosaur's name is Spinosaurus.
Yeah.
To print out this dinosaur's fun fact sheet,
Yeah,
and outline
just
for you
take
to
that
color
in.
Click the print button now. To try to identify another one of our mystery dinosaurs, click the Choose Puzzle button.
I've seen a lot of bad renderings of Spinosaurus, older ones, newer ones, and this one, you couldn't have made him look any dopier. The sail is way too small, and the head is completely wrong. They even say it had crocodile-like jaws. Then what the heck is this? That's not a crocodile snout. That's not a... What's with the neck? See, this is what I'm talking... Oh, my God, the tiny pencil tail. It's so itty-bitty. 0 out of 10 on Spinosaurus, I think. We can say that. Even for the 90s, this is pretty bad. Pretty bad. But yeah, that's
Well, you did it. You've identified.
that's all that's really worth discussing for our purposes on this particular game, purely because the rest of it is just The Land Before Time, and we don't need to get into the accuracy of these characters because they're cartoon characters. I only did those mini games because they were designed to be actual dinosaur facts, and therefore I can verify them. But when it comes to the core Land Before Time, I don't think we're gonna mess with it, except to say that Petrie shouldn't be. Why is Petrie blue? Why is that happening? To be fair, this game raises a whole bunch of other questions that I'm never going to get answers to. So, you know, one of those deals. I will let you see the last screen of the game just before we go. Because why not? I don't think there's any harm in that. The Great Valley. There we go. From this perspective, those ants are freaking huge. Just throwing it out there. Anyway, so that's the game. Yeah, that's it. There's a lot more mini games we skipped over, but they have nothing to do with dinosaur facts. So I mean, the game itself is good. I still think it's good. I still think, you know, if you have a kid, I'm sure they would have a great time with it. If they love Land Before Time, you can get it working, like I said. To be honest, let's be completely fair about this, especially by 90s standards. Most of the facts portrayed in the game weren't really that wrong. I mean, there were a few dated issues. There were a few some things that were like, I don't know about that. But I mean, overall, it was good. It handled itself really well. Except Spinosaurus, that was a bit of a disaster. But you know, whatever. And with that, special thank you to all my Apex Predators, Arthur Roy, Dr. Racer78, and Metal for Life Guy. Till next time, this is Darkness, and I bid you all a fun farewell.